Hello, my name is Dawn Astrom, and this video is for my class EDU 585 at Georgetown College with Dr. Brody. I'm going to advocate for a high school that is in central Kentucky. It has 828 students, and of that population, 51% are male and 49% are female. Of the population, 92% are Caucasian and 2% are African American and 3.7% are Hispanic and 0.4% are Asian. So that's the culture in this high school. It is a Title I school where 49.3% of the students receive free or reduced lunch. The teachers consist of 51, 42.1% are male, and that leaves 58.8% that are female. They have, of all the teachers, one is Hispanic. She's from Puerto Rico and teaches Spanish, and the rest are Caucasian. So that's 50 Caucasian teachers and one Hispanic teacher. And the average years taught at this high school is 14.3%, which I felt was rather high. I studied the school's comprehensive school improvement plan, and of the 10 goals, 7 of them were about improving test scores. In the school year 14-15, they were a distinguished school, and this year that fell a bit, and they were a proficient school with focus. And one of their goals was to improve their writing so that they could lose the label of a focus school. So, based on their CSIP, I made recommendations for ways to help the ESL program. One of the first was to do home visits if they get to know the parents and the students of the ESL population. That would give them a more invested interest in the school and activities and their academics as well. If they feel the school cares for them, then they're more likely to do their best in the classroom. One thing I suggested after studying their website was that they should create a translate button on their daily messages that is part of their school's website, to have it at least translated into Spanish for the Spanish-speaking families. And the reason I find that important is it's a way of making people feel welcome if you show there's value in their language that they speak, and that's an encouragement that they continue to have their children speak their home language and learn their home language, and not just it's better to be acculturate rather than assimilation, where they just learn English but forget their home language. So the school should really encourage these families to be bilingual. And that is one of my recommendations as well, is that they heterogeneously group these students, and as well consider the gender and race in the grouping of students, so that they're exposed to all different types of learners in their school. Okay, for the my suggestion for wanting to raise their test scores on-demand writing is to have a lot of partner work with writing, where people give feedback to their partner about their writing and ways to improve their writing, so that students are talking and reading out loud and discussing their writing. That way they're using all the components of the four domains of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. That way it's not just paper, pencil, keep your thoughts in your head and write silently. That I suggest that a cooperative learning environment, but mainly with just one partner. And if there are two Spanish-speaking students in the classroom, it would be good to put the Spanish-speaking students together. Of course, the teacher is going to walk through the room and keep an eye on the task at hand and be able to give feedback to those students about their writing. And another way the teachers can learn to be better advocates for the ESL students is that they have professional development for sheltered instruction, as well as the WIDA standards. I'm going to present a copy of the WIDA standards to the ESL coordinator for the high school. I'm going to give her the WIDA standards for the high school for her to share with the teachers that have Hispanic-speaking students. And I'm also going to share with Miss Jacqueline Coleman, is the ESL coordinator for this high school, that I am advocating for the Hispanic students. So I'm going to give her a copy of Dr. Brody's book and let her know that's a good conversation starter, because in the survey she answered that she had not communicated with the parents, and she listed all the ways she had attempted to communicate with the Hispanic students' parents, and one way she did not mention was a home visit. So hopefully they will improve on communicating with the Spanish-speaking students' parents, because the family needs to be involved in school as well as for the students, and for the monolingual students as well, to learn about their culture and learn about other cultures, similarities and differences. So another suggestion I had was that they create a cultural awareness week, where they take a culture and create activities that are genuine for the culture, and prepare some foods and some activities that are common in that culture. And that should be at least one a month at the school. That could be on display outside the cafeteria, a main area where people go, and so that they could see and learn about the different cultures. And this would be a good place for them to incorporate the foreign, the students that come, the foreign exchange students. This will be a good opportunity for them as well to have a month and put on display typical, genuine things that their culture would, that they do in their culture. One of the goals for their CSIP was to get students making healthier choices and choosing wellness activities. So I think that means that they wanted children to eat healthier and they wanted them to exercise. So I said that the teachers could use the Kagan strategies that are good activities that reinforce the academic language of a subject, so that the students could get up and moving and do some of those activities while they're learning. They could be moving at the same time. And I didn't put in my paper, but they could also do some brain gym activities if the teachers wanted to Google that and research brain gym activities, because that's also moving while you're learning as well. And I already mentioned the professional development for the teachers, for the sheltered instruction, I think they need some just on cultural awareness and the importance of advocating for their students, especially their newcomers or the English as a second language student. So if they invest in getting to know the students, then I feel the students will invest themselves more so into their assignments. If the teachers are using best strategies and WIDA standards, then I feel like that will be enhancing the learning of these students and also helping them become better test takers. It's better to focus on investing in the students, and then I think the reward for the administration will be that the students do better on their test. It's very important to build relationships with all students, especially the newcomers and the English as a second language students. They've got to make them feel worthy and very welcome to decrease any affective filter that students may have that it interrupts their learning and slows their learning. So those are my suggestions based on their comprehensive school improvement plan.